because they're from there. They're the locals. They know the culture. They know the flora, the fauna, the history. That's why we're there to learn, right? As much as we are there to see. And of course, you know, when you're on a tour, the accommodation and the meals are included. There's a look at the coach. So now I'm just going to really talk. Remember I said I'd come back to this brochure? This is APT. APT is the #1 motor coach operator in the South Pacific. When you get to Australia, New Zealand in particular, you will see their coaches absolutely everywhere. Coaches typically are 48-seaters. This one, you see the big panoramic windows. Like they are like sitting in your living room. In fact, in New Zealand now, we guarantee double doors on the APT program. So there's a second door halfway down. It just facilitates getting on and off the coach, which is a good thing, right? So keep that in mind. They have come a long, long way. So, you know, for those people that have maybe been tainted, like quite a number of years ago, you just really have to realize that they have changed. So transportation, I talked about Bob and Joe, and you know, that transportation isn't just the A to B, it's the knowledge that they share. Anybody, do you know the answer to this question? Yeah, good answer. Good answer. I was really hoping to put you on the spot there that you got that right. They're definitely both Kiwis. I got to tell you this. Kiwi, the Kiwi bird, for all the ladies, lays an egg 2/3 its size. I know, it's a shocker. Most ladies are like, guys are like, yeah, so. All right, so guidance. So again, tours have evolved. So what we don't want to do is put a tour together where you need a vacation from your vacation, right? Whether you go with Jan, whether you go with an APT program, again, we don't want to kill you, right? Like it's a slower pace, right? One thing that I encourage you to do, just flip through those pages. All those maps that you see there, look at the dots with the numbers in them. They are the number of nights in each city. You'll see a lot more 2s than you ever did before. So those tours that went in Europe in the 50s, 1, 1, 1, 1. You got in, you had a meal, you went to bed, you're gone the next day. Who wants that, right? It's not the way to see the country, in my opinion. So there are a lot of 2s, a lot of you know, extra time just to sort of, I guess, do your thing. And you know, if I will tell you really quickly, the easiest way to look at this brochure, there are 2 colors. The gold pages are the premier line, and all the bells and whistles, the Fairmont, Banff Spring, Calabro Hotel, and the blue pages, which are your Best Western Holiday Inn. Okay, so fewer inclusions with the blue, but that's the easiest way to sum up that whole brochure. There are 2 different programs in there. Again, I got to tell you, I took this is me in the middle of the South Island, in the middle of nowhere. Our driver pulled over, and I'm not even a Lord of the Rings person. Anybody like Lord of the Rings? Yeah. You do? Okay. I'm not a huge fan. Frodo or Toto, what was his name? Frodo. Yeah, it is Frodo. Okay, so there was a battle scene. So the driver pulled over, and I thought we had a flat tire, and he told us to come into the woods. I thought, oh, this is good. So he brought a scene book from the Lord of the Rings, and clearly wherever we stood, it was a tree, there was a boulder, whatever, you could tell that this is where a scene took place. So he proceeded to tell us, if you don't know this already, you know who Peter Jackson is, right? The director. And Kiwis in general are very, very green people. So here's another tip. If you're coming from wherever and you've got food in your bag, you might have got a sandwich on a plane or whatever, declare everything, because they will bust you, and it's $250. Ask Shania Twain, she got busted. They are just very, very, very green. So Peter Jackson decides there's going to be a battle scene here, but he didn't like the color of the leaves. So he had his crew rake them, paint them, and put them in, and they had their scene, and then the actors and him and everybody left. But that crew raked up those leaves, washed them, and put them back. So I thought, what a weird story. Really? But then I thought, no, that's a neat story. Has anybody heard of the Lonely Planet book series? Yeah. Yes, there's like one for every country. Some of them are like this. I always say to people, get the one for New Zealand and memorize it. You will still miss out. These guys, that would never be in there. That's a quirky story, but I thought I'm going to share that, right? To make a point that they are there and they share, again, their history, their culture, their knowledge of their homeland. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the scenery. You don't need this kind of stress. I didn't mention this, 70 million sheep there. There are a lot of sheep. There used to be 80 million. A few years ago, they lost 10. I don't know, but seriously, if you Google it, you'll see a number of years ago, maybe now 70, I don't know who counts them, but 10 million are missing. Okay, so sightseeing inclusions. So again, If you're looking at the APT, the blue, the gold has everything included, the blue a little less so, but when we put an itinerary together, we're gonna make sure that the biggies are in there, okay? So we don't want you to have to shell out as you go, right? As often as you probably don't want to. Okay, so Maori culture performance, so that's a perfect example. Something like that would be a given. Like it's coming here and doing Niagara Falls, like it's gonna be